I begin?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can begin now.
Okay.
You just...
Good evening. My name is Almudena Núñez, and I'm going to introduce you to Sharet. We know that all of you have mobile devices, and we bet that at least half of you have less than 50% battery on one of those devices right now. We also know that finding plugins to charge those devices can be a huge problem sometimes. You could carry a power bank with you, but this will only solve to charge your phone and not your other devices. Let me walk you through a problem. We surveyed around 60 people to ask them what problems they face with their mobile devices. 64% of them answered that their main problem with their mobile devices was running out of battery. More than half of those same people indicated that they solved the problem by finding plugins, which, as we already told you, can be a huge issue sometimes. And the rest of them solve it with power banks, but this only serves to charge your phone and not your other devices. On our survey, we were able to find out the scenario in which people run out of battery the most. And this is while traveling. This refers to when they're out. It can be when they go to school, when they're on trips, when they're out at night, just to mention a few. So, how big of a problem is this? On our survey, we asked people to scale from 1 to 5, how big of a problem this is. 60% of them answered that the problem is between 4 and 5. This meaning that the problem is highly considerable. So, what if you could receive and transfer energy from one device to another in a wireless manner? Let us introduce you to Sharet. Sharet is a device that will allow the transfer of energy from one device to another in a wireless manner. This is the first prototype of Sharet. It has a micro solar panel, on and off button, select button, plus and minus energy button to allow the transfer of energy. Sharet works thanks to a micropole that produces a certain magnetic resonance, phenomenon that occurs when an electromagnetic field is oscillated. When you have an emitter and a receiver that oscillate at the same frequency, the transfer of energy is achieved. So, based on the data we gathered, we think we have a big market by focusing on the travel industry and travel working professional segments. Airports could be a great place to use our device, either by receiving or transferring energy peer-to-peer, or by receiving energy from a large generator that will be installed inside airports. You may be asking yourselves, why airports? If you think of the last time you were at an airport, we are sure you spotted several plug-in kiosks or a wide variety of cables and chargers sold inside every store these places. So with our solution, we offer not having to carry all the chargers of all your devices with you all the time, everywhere. Instead, you would just need to carry this small Sharet gadget, with which by pressing a button, you'll be able to receive energy from one device to another from other peers of the network that will be created or from the other generator installed inside the airports. Sharet is focused on a long-run vision. We want to enhance a shared economy within the energy market and enhance sustainability also within the energy market. So, also, our plan with Sharet is to create a peer-to-peer sharing energy network of electricity in which people will be able to transfer energy from their mobile devices right to other peers of the network that will also want to charge their devices in a wireless manner and in instant moment. Okay, so what is our strategy? With the first investment we received, we have thought of 3 core actions that we will take with this first investment. These all 3 actions are focused on the validation of our MVP. These 3 core actions are research, prototype development, and launch the pilot of our first MVP. The first 2 actions are the 70% of this investment. 30% out of these will be focused on research. Through the alliance of the company that has patented the wireless transfer of energy, we will find the best implementations of this in our gadget to make the transfer of energy more efficient, portable, and applicable to all mobile devices. 40% out of that will be focused on the prototype development. We'll be creating prototypes, test them, analyze them, and also cover production costs. The 30% remaining will be focused on the core actions for the launch of our first MVP. These core actions will be involved within the 20%. These could be actions like marketing campaigns, among others. And the 10% remaining will be focused on negotiations with airports. Our plan is to start by renting these Sharet gadgets at airports so that we can start to create this peer-to-peer sharing energy market within the airports, and from that on, start evangelizing the use of Sharet. Let us introduce you to our team. Marco Alvarez, our energy advisor. Bernardo Cruz, innovation chief. Gustavo Flores, our technical supervisor. Maria Jose Marquez with interactive skills. Plinio Franco, our business strategist, and myself, Almudena Núñez, ideas integrator and communicator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Your time is up. So, Myra, the investor, she's asking, will the iPhone 8 will suggest the iPhone will feature wireless charging powers unlike anything currently seen in mobile devices? That's long-range wireless changing support that would allow the iPhone owner to keep using a device while the battery would recharge wireless. The US Patent and Trademark Office published an Apple patent application a few months ago titled Wireless Charging and Communication Systems with Dual Frequency Patch Antennas. This has not been announced by Apple, but it looks like they are interested in solving this problem. How does this affect your product value add to your consumer?
Okay, first to our value, ours is not only focused to work with only iPhone. All the research...
Guys, can you turn on your microphone again, please?
Oh, yes. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, so the first value within this is that our gadget would not only work for iPhones, but for all mobile devices. That's what we want to focus our research on. That this just one gadget will work for all mobile devices, and we also want to focus the research and the prototype development so that this transfer of energy will be very efficient.
So, Jonathan speaking. So I guess that the question is more like, where do you think that your expertise is in building the device to be able to recharge wireless, on creating the platform that enables people to buy and sell? I guess the question is there because if the iPhone will have that opportunity, is it better to work with the available technology and create a platform, or are you focused on creating the device?
Well, we're focusing on both. We already know that the patent of a wireless transfer of energy exists, and this patent was developed by a company that is called Witricity. What we want to do is do an alliance with them, which they already told us that are open to receive new ideas, and with that information from the patent, start from there for the implementations of this gadget. And also, at the same time, we'll be working on the platform so that we can create this peer-to-peer sharing energy network within the electricity transfer model.
But don't you think that actually both our ambitious projects, now building the network and the peer-to-peer, and of being able to buy or sell electricity is like a huge project, and I suppose building a device that's able to do it, it's also like a lot of problems and that you're gonna need to solve. So don't you think it would be better to try to focus on one of each of the business?
Well, yeah, we would.
We will focus on first maybe the community of sharing, and then we implement the buy and sell. So
Yeah,
first
exactly.
the MVP, the prototype, and then we implement the platform to buy and sell.
Exactly. Actually, the vision of this peer-to-peer sharing energy network is the long-run vision for Sharet. We want to start with the development of this gadget, so we make sure that the transfer of energy will be efficient, portable, and applicable to all mobile devices. And after that, we will create the peer-to-peer sharing energy network. Because we know so that this network can be created, a lot of people will have to have this Sharet gadget. Without that, the community cannot be created. So we want to do that first, and then the long-run vision, this buy and sell energy market.
Also, I want to say that we can make an analogy with the iPod that occurred in the market in the music. First was.
Thank you for your valuable feedback. Now we'll move forward to the next thing. Thank you,
Okay.
guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.